The moon hung low over the Silver Crest Mountains. A pale slit of light stretching across the ceremonial courtyard where the entire Bloodthorn pack had gathered. The air shimmered with magic and tension. This was supposed to be a blessed night, a sacred moment for the Alpha and his fated mate, a night of unity, vows, and bonds older than time. But for Lyra, it was the beginning of a storm she never asked for. She stood barefoot on the cold stone, the ceremonial gown clinging to her trembling form. The fabric was white, symbolizing purity and devotion, but tonight it felt like a shroud. Wolves whispered around her, their eyes flashing with judgment and curiosity. Some pitied her, some feared her, most kept their distance, as though her presence alone could curse them. At the far end of the courtyard, Alpha Draven approached with a stride that swallowed the moonlight. His presence commanded silence. His cloak, black as a starless night, billowed behind him, revealing the scar across his jaw, the mark of a warrior who had led countless battles. His amber eyes glowed like embers, locked on Lyra with a storm of emotions she couldn't decipher. He had been her childhood friend once, before he became Alpha, before he changed, before he believed lies she never even had the chance to defend herself against. Tonight, she wasn't standing beside him as his chosen mate, she was standing before him as the girl he believed betrayed him. When he reached her, the hush over the courtyard deepened, and even the moon seemed to dim in anticipation. Draven lifted the ceremonial whip, braided with moonsteel strands, glowing faintly. Tradition said a single symbolic strike bound Alpha and mate in shared strength, acknowledging pain and loyalty. But Draven didn't believe she was loyal. Lyra lifted her chin, refusing to let her fear show. The bond thrummed between them, faint and fragile, like a dying flame. Do you accept this ceremony? He asked, voice dangerously calm. Lyra swallowed. I accept what the moon goddess has written. His jaw tightened. Even if it hurts. It already does. A flicker of something crossed his eyes. Pain maybe, but the anger swallowed it quickly. The first strike fell. Not symbolic, not gentle, not ceremonial. A gasp rippled through the pack. But Draven didn't stop. He swung again, and again. Each strike seared into her skin, each lash cutting deeper than the last. Lyra refused to scream. She clung to the last shred of dignity she had, her strength the only protest she could muster. Her legs trembled, her breath hitched. Every strike felt like a piece of her childhood cracking apart, scattering across the stone floor. Memories flashed through her mind, the boy he once was, the laughter they shared, the promise he had made to always protect her. He had forgotten all of it. When her knees buckled, she managed to whisper through the pain, "You're hurting the bond, not just me." Draven froze mid-swing. The whip trembled in his grasp. For a single heartbeat, he looked lost, but a voice from the crowd, venomous and familiar, slithered through the silence. Alpha, don't let her trick you again. She lied once, she lied twice. Lyra recognized the voice, Saren, her cousin, the one who had whispered poison into Draven's ears for years, the one who wanted his power, the one who twisted every truth about Lyra into something ugly. Draven's anger reignited. But this time, the strike never came. Lyra collapsed. Her legs gave out completely. The courtyard spun around her in dizzy spirals. Coldstone met her cheek. Her breathing became shallow, her world shrinking into darkness. She heard voices, distant, panicked, arguing. She heard Draven shouting orders, heard the rush of footsteps as healers scrambled to her side. She felt hands lifting her carefully, as though she were made of glass. And before everything slipped away, she felt something else. Draven's hand, hovering near her cheek but never touching it. As though he wasn't sure he had the right anymore. Lyra woke to the faint scent of herbs and moonwater. Soft fabrics cradled her body. Her skin ached with every breath, but it was a manageable pain now, dulled by healing sunlight filtered through the window of the healing wing. Warm and serene, a sharp contrast to the chaos of the night before. When she tried to sit up, a soft voice stopped her. Don't move, you're still healing. Lyra turned her head slightly. The healer Nova stood beside her, pressing a damp cloth to her forehead. Her silver hair was braided back, her expression soft with worry. How long? Lyra whispered. A day and a half. Nova replied. You didn't wake? We feared. She swallowed. We feared the ceremony wounds caused something deeper. Lyra closed her eyes. Draven. Nova hesitated. He hasn't left. Lyra's breath caught. Not once, Nova added softly. He stays outside your door. He won't let anyone else near you except me. Asterisk, as if summoned by their words. A soft knock echoed from the door. Lyra stiffened. Nova gave her a look, part reassurance, part warning, and stepped aside to open it. Draven stood there. His hair was disheveled, his cloak discarded. The circles under his eyes were dark, carving guilt into every line of his face. He held no weapons, no armor, only uncertainty. Asterisk, may I come in? He asked, voice rough. Lyra didn't speak. Nova looked between them before nodding gently and slipping out, closing the door behind her. Asterisk, Draven approached slowly, as though afraid she'd disappear if he came too close. He stopped beside her bed, his hands clenching and unclenching at his sides. Asterisk, you're awake, he murmured, voice soft, fragile. Asterisk, I am, she replied, her tone steady but distant. Asterisk, a long silence stretched. The bond between them hummed weakly, threads pulling, frayed but not broken. Asterisk, I hurt you, Draven finally said, more than I intended, more than I should have. He swallowed, guilt thick in his voice. I let anger guide me. I let lies blind me. Asterisk, Lyra turned her head to meet his gaze. You didn't even ask me, she whispered. You believed everyone except me. Asterisk, his jaw tightened with shame. I know. Asterisk, then why are you here now? Asterisk, his breath trembled. Because when you fell, the bond pulled. I felt something tear in me. He looked away, eyes stinging. I realized the truth isn't what I thought, and that I might have broken the very thing I was meant to protect. Asterisk, Lyra's voice softened. You can't fix what you don't understand. Asterisk, then teach me, he whispered, please. Asterisk, the vulnerability in his tone caught her off guard. He had always been fierce, dominant, unshakable, but now he stood before her, stripped of his armor and pride, a man drowning in regret. Asterisk, Lyra looked away. I don't know if I can. Asterisk, Draven's breath hitched. Let me earn it then. Let me try. Asterisk, before she could respond, a sudden commotion outside the door interrupted them. Sharp voices, hurried footsteps. Asterisk, Nova burst in, breathless. Alpha, the border patrol just sent word. Someone is approaching. Someone you know. Asterisk, Draven's eyes narrowed. Who? Asterisk, Nova's expression darkened. The Crescent Moon Pack. And the Luna of their pack insists. She must speak with you immediately. Asterisk, Draven stiffened. Lyra's blood turned cold. The Crescent Moon Pack. The same pack Saren had ties to. The same pack Lyra had been accused of dealing with. Asterisk, the same pack that had fueled the lies that destroyed her future. Asterisk, Draven looked at Lyra, guilt flickering into something sharper. Stay here, I'll handle this. Asterisk, but Lyra whispered, you won't like what you hear. He left without answering. Asterisk, at the border, Alpha Draven stood face to face with Luna Marwyn of the Crescent Moon Pack. She was elegant, graceful, and terrified. We need to talk, she urged. Draven folded his arms. Speak. It's about your mate, she whispered. His heart lurched. Asterisk, what about her? Asterisk, Luna Marwyn took a shaky breath. She was framed, years ago, by someone close to you, by someone you trust. Asterisk, Draven's blood went cold. Who? Asterisk, Saren, she said without hesitation. She made it look like Lyra exchanged messages with my pack. She forged letters. She spread rumors. She wanted your power, Alpha. She wanted to be your Luna. Draven's hands curled into fists so tight his knuckles bled. She even sent assassins to intercept the real messenger and stole information meant for you. Marwyn added, we tried to warn you, but Saren intercepted the messages. Draven felt the world tilt. All these years, all the anger, the ceremony, asterisk, the pain he caused. Lyra, all because of lies. His voice broke. Why come now? Asterisk, because Saren is planning something worse, Marwyn whispered. And Lyra is in danger. Draven didn't wait to hear more. He ran. Lyra awoke to a sensation she couldn't name, a pull, a warning, something sharp threading through her bones. The door burst open. Draven stormed in. Asterisk. His breathing was wild, eyes burning not with anger, but with fear. Real fear. He crossed the room in seconds, falling to his knees beside her bed. Asterisk, Lyra, he said, voice cracking. I know the truth, all of it. She froze. You didn't betray me, he said. You never did. Saren framed you. She lied. She manipulated everything. And his voice broke into a whisper. I believed her. Lyra's eyes softened with sadness. but not surprise. I tried to tell you, she murmured. I know. He bowed his head. And I hurt you for it. I hurt the woman the moon goddess chose for me. He swallowed hard. I don't deserve forgiveness, but I swear to protect you from this point on, even if you never look at me again. Lyra reached out weakly, her hand brushing his cheek. You hurt me, she whispered, but you're here now, and that means something. His breath hitched at her touch. But before he could speak, a window shattered, a shadow darted inside. Seren. Her eyes glowed with madness. A blade glinting in her hand. You were supposed to reject her, she screamed. She was supposed to disappear. Draven stood, growl rumbling through him as he shielded Lyra with his body. You'll never touch her again. He snarled. Saren lunged. Draven moved faster. The blade clattered to the floor as he pinned Saren down, fury blazing in his eyes. Guards stormed inside, dragging her away as she screamed curses into the night. Silence fell. Lyra trembled. Breath shaky. Draven turned to her, eyes soft, voice trembling. Are you hurt? No, she whispered. Not anymore. He exhaled shakily, relief washing through him. Lyra, he murmured, voice barely a breath. I know I've broken your trust. I know I've hurt something sacred, but I am begging you, let me make it right. Let me learn you again. Let me love you the way I should have from the start. Lyra studied him, his trembling hands, his anguished expression, his raw sincerity, and for the first time, she saw not the alpha who hurt her, but the man who finally understood her worth. She reached for his hand. Then start by staying, she whispered. Draven's breath caught. I'll stay, he vowed, every night, every morning, every lifetime. He leaned down, resting his forehead gently against hers, the bond between them glowing faint at first, then stronger, warmer, full of something fragile but healing, hope. And in that moment, Lyra knew, their story was not one of pain, it was one of redemption, one of destiny, one of love found not in perfection, but in forgiveness. And for the first time since the ceremony, she believed the moon goddess hadn't made a mistake. She had given her a broken alpha, so they could heal together.